When I was younger, the game selection I had was limited to basically just my Nintendo 2DS, which arguably isn't a bad selection, but for the longest time I was never allowed an Xbox or PlayStation, and I didn't have the money for a computer. This meant that a whole library of games was locked off from me, and even despite this, I found my own way to enjoy these games. The Let's Play is a genre of media that is certainly dying down, but that doesn't mean it wasn't amazing. In fact, if not for Let's Plays, I just simply wouldn't be making this video right now, as I probably wouldn't be that interested in gaming or YouTube as a whole. So throughout this short time capsule of a video, I'll be going over a handful of YouTubers who raised me on their Let's Plays, and hopefully you enjoy the ride. I'm going to slide this honourable mention in first, and that is, of course, Stampy. Now, the reason I won't go too in depth on him is because I have a whole freaking video on the man, which, you could sort of check out. That would kind of mean a lot. I'd really appreciate that. But I didn't want you guys to think I missed him out, so thank you again, Stampy, for all the great times. Alright, starting for real now. While Stampy may have gotten me into regular Minecraft, a couple of other YouTubers got me into a completely different side of Minecraft, the modded scene. Back when I was 8 years old, I discovered LittleLizard and TinyTurtle, specifically their How to Train Your Dragon modded Minecraft series.
Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to How to Train Your Dragon.
Dragons was a perfect blend of modded Minecraft, dragons, which, come on, they're dragons, they're awesome, and two brothers just hanging out and playing some video games. Their original Let's Play ran for 52 episodes, in which the boys slowly built up a huge collection of dragons in their also slowly built up town. Because all I had at the time to play Minecraft was an iPad, I didn't really know about mods or texture packs or how to access any of it. This was my only way to see this type of Minecraft. And it was awesome. I wanted nothing more than to kill the Ender Dragon and be able to hatch its egg, but alas, I could not do this without mods. Even so, I thoroughly enjoyed watching the whole series, and they even made a season 2 of it, which had a bit more of a scripted feel. The downside of this was that it was even more unachievable for me to do, as it seemed to be on like a custom map, but it also meant they could plan out some really cool events and dragon encounters, like for example this skeleton dragon rescue episode. And I did see they have a few more recent series of dragons, but after watching the first episode of their latest one, yeah, it's still cool to see them do this thing in higher quality and better video production than ever, but something about the unscripted, unedited ramblings of the original series, set to the tune of Kevin MacLeod constantly playing in the background, will always be nostalgic and the best in my eyes. Moving along from Minecraft, because you've probably heard me talk to death about that game, Let's Plays also got me into something that was probably the second most influential game series in my life, after Minecraft of course, and that is Pokemon. Now, I didn't like Pokemon because of the Let's Plays, rather I liked Pokemon more because of the Let's Plays. My first introduction to Pokemon was watching it on TV, and then I got given Pokemon Y for my birthday the day it came out, so that was sort of my humble beginnings with the series. But Let's Plays got me into the more retro side of Pokemon. Since I started with Generation 6, and that was the earliest I'd ever known, but grew up watching Pokemon Black and White and Diamond and Pearl, I knew there was stuff before XY. And this is where PurpleRodri comes in.
Hello there, my purple banditos, and welcome to Let's Play Pokemon Emerald version. I'm PurpleRodri.
Unfortunately, he is a retired YouTuber now, and to be honest, I completely respect him for it. I grew up watching every single one of this guy's Let's Plays. He got me into all the old generations, all the Game Boy Advance games I have, only because I saw this man play through each and every one of them, as I watched on in jealousy. My family thought it was very weird I wanted a Game Boy Advance when I was like 11, because at the time the Nintendo Switch was about to come out, and of course I had a Nintendo 2DS, so why would I essentially want a downgrade? But that's all because I wanted to experience these original Game Boy Advance games. I remember going into town one time and we stopped at an appliance shop, like that sells iPads and Apple products. This was always fun for me because I could kill some time on Temple Run on the iPads whilst my parents did whatever they needed to. But I vividly remember one time in particular. They had YouTube on the iPad, and I opened it up of course to see PurpleRodri's Pokemon Emerald Let's Play, Episode 1. And I stood up, leant towards that screen because I had no earphones at all, and watched that entire episode that day. That was basically my first introduction to Generation 3. But this guy's videos had it all. He was funny, upbeat, and always made the videos have this vibe that I haven't really seen anywhere else. The closest thing I can compare it to is like storytime animation, which sounds weird, but Rodri would sometimes just talk in his videos about stories from his childhood or memories about the game he was playing. He would just talk as if you were chatting to a friend, which you'll know is something I try and emulate on this channel. Whether it works is a different story, but there was always something calming about watching a PurpleRodri video. So I know you're retired and you completely deserve to be Rodri, but thank you so much for everything. Okay, so Let's Plays can get me into a completely different side of a game that I love. They can immerse me further into a series I enjoy and get me to play other entries in it, but they can also do something even worse: steal my damn money. I'm going to say a sentence that probably a few people have uttered in their lifetime, but it's extremely relevant in this video because Jacksepticeye is the reason I'm poor.
Top of the morning to you ladies, my name is Jacksepticeye and welcome back to Spiderman!
Now, this is because his Spider-Man PS4 Let's Play came out at just the wrong time. I became completely immersed by that Let's Play and subsequently the game Jack was playing. Spider-Man PS4 is one of my all-time favourites, and along with Dark Souls 1 and Spider-Man Miles Morales, they are some of the few games that I've actually been able to platinum, as in get every single trophy for the game and basically do everything there is to do. Now, Jacksepticeye is already funny enough, but similar to Rodri, there's something weirdly calming about his videos. I think it's his genuine awe and appreciation for the games he's playing in the videos that sold me on the fact that I needed a PS4, but somehow I couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't buy a PS4 purely to play Spider-Man. So it's a good job Jack had a completely different Let's Play on a completely different PS4 game to really hammer at home how much I needed this system. The Let's Play in question is Shadow of the Colossus, a really underappreciated masterpiece.
Top of the morning to you ladies, my name is Jacksepticeye and welcome! Finally to the Shadow of the Colossus remake, the remaster remake.
This PS4 remake by Bluepoint is pure eye candy and also really soothing to play. Since it's basically a boss run simulator with exploration segments in between, those exploration segments with aggro your horse feel so much more calming, mixed in with the tense as hell boss fights. And Jack's Let's Play sold me on the game. At the time it was his favourite game of all time, so he had nothing but good things to say about it. And this led to him breaking down all the childhood memories or just good times he'd had with the game series up until this point, which only got me more invested in spending about £500 on a PS4, monitor, and of course, the damn games. Jack's enthusiasm for his games didn't stop with me only buying those two though. If you're a long-time fan, you'll know I recently got into Dark Souls, and even now Jack continues to rob my wallet, because his short Bloodborne Let's Play was all the convincing I needed to buy the game myself and experience its sheer epicness. Now, I could talk all day about Bloodborne, and if you want a video on it, let me know, because I sure as hell wouldn't mind making one. Let's Plays, as I've discussed in this brief intermission, are not only a way to enjoy a game without spending the money, but they can also be the best form of convincing yourself that you do in fact need to spend the money to buy the game and experience it fully yourself. But more than that, Let's Plays can be their own form of relaxation, as I've talked about. There was something therapeutic about seeing somebody else make progress in their own game, and couple that with the calmness and positivity of the creators I mentioned today, it just made watching any one of their videos a great time. Whether it be the nostalgic memories PurpleRodri shared, or the lovely friendship of the two brothers, LittleLizard and TinyTurtle, or even the hilarious yet completely genuine commentary of Jacksepticeye, all of these creators and all of their Let's Plays will always be with me. And hey, if you watched and enjoyed this whole video, thank you very much. I'd love to hear which Let's Players you watched when you were younger in the comments below. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a good one.